Thunderbolts. Just got back from seeing Thunderbolts, and I'm going to give you my honest review. And we're going to start off with a very positive thing. Firstly, this movie wasn't cringe garbage. There's going to be a minor spoiler, which I'll get to in a minute. I have to tell you the spoiler because I just have to tell you. It happens in the first like 15 minutes. So, you know how Thunderbolts has little asterisks? I'm going to give you an asterisk on my review. Now, you guys know, obviously, I hate Eternals. I hated Black Panther 2. I hated almost everything from Phase 4 and 5. I don't even know what we're on anymore. I pretty much hate everything except for Doctor Strange 2, which I have my own personal reasons for liking that movie. A lot of people do not agree with me. They also hate that one, but we can talk about that another time. This is the only movie now with Doctor Strange 2 that I would actually watch a second time. All the other movies have just been god awful. Now, the asterisks. Number one, I don't care about the Thunderbolts in comics at all. I don't care about any of these characters in the comics. So Black Panther 2 ruined Namor, one of my favorite characters of all time. Eternals ruined Jack Kirby's masterful creation, right? Thor Love and Thunder is a garbage movie. This may not be a great Thunderbolts movie. It's not even the real Thunderbolts team, or at least not the original team. The Sentry is in it. I actually own the original Sentry miniseries or whatever it was when it came out. I read it. I thought it was a very cool series, and that's it. I don't know what's happened to the Sentry, post that series. Maybe the character's ruined in this movie. I don't know. He looks like the Sentry. He fights and everything. Void looks pretty cool. Like the Void looks pretty neat. I don't know. It looks neat to me. Again, I don't know these characters. I did read a little bit of Yelena's comics from Marvel Knights, and I thought she was pretty cool. So that's your asterisk. I don't care about these characters in the comics. So if they're ruined in this movie, if you're a comic book fan and you love the Thunderbolts comics, or you love a certain character and you just think the Sentry was ruined here, or you think, maybe US Agent was ruined. Out of everybody, US Agent is the only guy that I like in comics, in the sense that I always thought he was really cool, and I have a lot of those Captain America runs, and I think I have his first appearance. So I do like John Walker. Out of everybody, he would be the only guy that I kind of like in the comic books, but I don't love him enough to say that he was ruined. And I don't think he was ruined in this movie. And I like Wyatt Russell. He definitely doesn't play second fiddle as much to Black Widow, Yelena, as you would think. He does beat them up pretty good in the beginning when he's fighting all of the people, and they do fight. The women do fight, and he does beat the crap out of them. And it's pretty clear, sometimes, they kind of subdue him a little bit just by kind of shooting a thing at him, and they kind of get him that way. There's not a lot of that. They kind of form a team pretty quickly. So those are your asterisks. And then one last one is, I am a big fan of Florence Pugh, at least in every movie that I've seen her in, going back from Fighting with My Family, which I thought was a really fun movie, and she was great in it. So I like her a lot. All right. For the storyline, I give a score between 0 and 2 for every category. So for the story, I'll give it a 1 point for the story. It's okay. It's a standard thing. What's her face? Valentina, Julia Louis Dreyfus, or is that her name? I don't know, or whatever. Elaine from Seinfeld, whatever her name is. She's the bad guy. So she's got this secret project where she's created the Sentry. And I'm pretty sure that's not the comics. He was just a hero that was forgotten because of his alter ego, right? So, or he made himself forget, or whatever it was. So I don't remember that happening, but it could be in the comics. I haven't read them since they came out, and I didn't feel like going to dig them out really for this. So she sucks. I hate that character. She's really bad, but she is the bad guy. So there's that. So she's got the Sentry project, but the government's onto her. Bucky is onto her. They want to shut her down. They want to impeach her or whatever. And so she's cleaning out all of her assets. So she sends all of these different mercenaries that you saw gathered from that really garbage TV show. What was it called? Falcon and Winter Soldier. That was the worst Marvel show. Yes, that's worse than She-Hulk. And She-Hulk's pretty effing bad, but that one's even effing worse. So they gather together, those characters, to kill each other off. So she sends them into a death trap to all die. They end up forming a team, and they escape. So and then they've got to fight the Sentry. And once you know what's going to happen, it just plays itself out. So the reason that the story's not getting a better score is that nothing extra was really done. But they did attempt to make this a real movie. It does have the Marvel humor sometimes, but way toned down. It's definitely not as bad as some of these other ones. Like Thor: Love and Thunder is basically unwatchable, right? Like you can't watch the movie. It's so cringe with all of its stupid shit that's going on. This movie has really toned it down, though, asterisk, there's still stupid crap, and Red Guardian is usually the catalyst for the stupid crap. And they need to really fix that character. They need to edit that character down big time. The pacing, I'm going to give it a 1 for the pacing. It is 2 hours and 7 minutes. It is too long for this story, as all Marvel movies are too long. However, I wasn't really bored, so I'm still giving it 1 point. If I thought it was a boring nonsense piece of garbage like Eternals, I'd give it 0 points. But I didn't think it was boring. It just felt long. It's like, you could, I could easily, I'm not an editor really. I'm mostly a writer, but I did do some editing, and I would definitely take a crack at a fan edit to remove some of this kind of filler nonsense that's in the beginning part, especially the first hour. The first hour could easily be 40 minutes, and then you'd be fine with the rest of the movie. The rest of the movie can play out as it is. For the artistry, I'm going to give it 1.5. I'm not, and you would think that this should be a 2, because a lot of these movies, even Thor: Love and Thunder, looked very cool, right? And they had a pretty, nice little soundtrack. This one, the soundtrack was like, okay. It looked pretty good. I like the costumes and everything. The only problem is that there's a few parts that were dark. There wasn't shaky cam. You know how sometimes you can't see what's going on and you're just like, what is this? Because it's so nonsense. This didn't really have that. But it had just dark parts. Now that could just be the theater, and you're like, I can see what's going on, but it's not the best. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it did that, but there was some neat visual things, especially with the Void. He looked cool, and he's like destroying people. You see a little bit in the trailer. That's pretty neat, like taking their souls or putting them in. It's like he's putting them in like the dark dimension or something. I don't know exactly what he's doing there, but it looks pretty neat, and he looked good. Like he was pretty neat looking with like this void, this black void. It was just like the eyes are showing. That's pretty cool. Characters, I'm going to give it a 1.5 on the characters. Firstly, I really like Florence Pugh Yelena. Or Yelena. I'm a Croatian guy, so we say Yelena if that was the name, but Yelena is how they say it here. She's good. I like Bucky. I like Wyatt Russell, U.S. agent or whatever. I actually didn't mind Ghost in this one. She's better in this than she was in the Ant-Man movie. And she did something that's very good. And this is it's a minor spoiler. It's only in the first 15 minutes. She kills Taskmaster right away. There's like a big fight and she kills Taskmaster. And I was like, yeah, I was so happy. And then I was scared that they were going to somehow bring Taskmaster back, that she survived, because Taskmaster was one of the worst characters in MCU, and Ghost kills her. So I was like, nice. That actually elevated Ghost a lot in my opinion. The Sentry, I liked the Sentry. I don't know if it's the comic book Sentry. As I said, I don't remember that series. I own it, but I haven't read it in a long time. And I don't think it was the Sentry. I don't think any of these, like Bucky's pretty good. Yelena's pretty good, I think. Red Guardian, I've read his first appearance. That'll be coming up soon. I'll be doing a stream on that very shortly. I remember he was pretty badass. And I think he was a bit more stronger. Like he felt like, a tougher guy. Kurt Russell's son, Wyatt Russell, playing John Walker, U.S. agent, who is, again, the one character out of any of these characters that I have some familiarity with. He's very good, but I just wish he would be a little bit less jokey. It seems like all of the characters do little jokey things, little quips and stuff like that, and it is a bit tiresome. And I wish he'd done a little less, like 1 or 2 lines that are funny. That's it, really. He shouldn't be saying too many lines. Overall, it wasn't so bad that way, right? But yeah, I'm a bit shocked. I'm going to give the enjoyment factor a 1. I thought it was okay. I think maybe because I really hyped myself up for it being absolutely terrible. So it's a 6 out of 10. Not a fantastic score, really, I guess if we're comparing scores to Winter Soldier, which is a 10 out of 10, and of course First Avenger, which is actually my favorite Marvel movie. That would be a 10 out of 10 for me as well. And definitely the first Avengers movie would be a 10 out of 10. And there's my best three basically of these MCU movies. There's stuff at the end. It's nonsense. There's like a mid credits or whatever. That's a complete nonsense scene. It's stupid. There's a post credit scene. It's a total whatever. I mean, there's a lot. Keep in mind that even though this is getting a 6 out of 10, there's still some really dumb things. And I really wish that they would take another pass at editing and focus the movie more and just be like, look, this was stupid. Just remove this. Like, there's a few silly things. There's one part, you will know what it is when you see it, when the Void, he's like nailing people. Like, he's like, I don't know what the heck, he's like putting them in the dark dimension or something. I don't know what he's doing. He's like shooting them all. Shit. One part, the theater gasped. They actually legit gasped. The last time I saw any reaction from a crowd was literally Endgame. I've seen every one of these in the theater, haven't missed a one, and usually people are just aloof. They watch it. Okay, that was over, and then they walk out. Marvel Zombies, right? They walk out. Oh, that was good. I liked it. This one, they're like, ooh. So but it's a Marvel movie, so they have this great moment, and then they take it back, right? They take it back at the end. You're like, I almost wish they didn't take it back. But anyways, I knew they were going to take it back. It was too like hardcore to stay. But you'll know the scene when you see it. Anyway, 6 out of 10. I don't like to play the better than game because what does that mean? So there's my score. Is it better than all these other garbage movies? Yes. And is it better than all these other garbage shows? Yes. But not is it better than, it's the only one that's half decent to watch. So we're at a point now where a 6 out of 10 is now considered to be very good. This could have easily been maybe a 7.5. Easy. If you remove some dumb garbage. For it to get to 8, 9, or higher than 9 or higher than 8, they would have needed to fundamentally change the structure of this movie a little bit and add more to the story to make it a little bit more engaging. But still, really for me, I like the characters were pretty good, except for a couple, one or two characters which like, but like the main heroes are pretty good. And it was fun. Like when Sentry is fighting them, it is pretty neat. He just like demolishes everybody. So that's good. There you go, guys. Very fair, honest. I'm not shilling for this movie. But I'm not going to sit here and say it's a big pile of garbage, cringe trash. I don't think it is. If you think it is, cool. And if you don't, that's cool too. This is one that I'm not going to fight. If I got a bunch of comments where people are like, you're an idiot for even giving this a pass, you should be beat up, I'm not going to fight against you because I know that people have been disheartened by Marvel. And if you think this is the greatest movie ever, obviously that's insane. And no, it's not better than anything from, whatever, phase 1, phase 2. Well, no, I don't know about that. I'd have to actually go through that because I don't like Iron Man 3 like at all. I think it's pretty awful, actually. So there is some movies that this would be better than. I actually think this is better than Thor 2. Well, I don't know. I'd have to watch Thor 2 again. So no, don't quote me on that one. Anyways, that's my review. A little bit long, but a lot to talk about. So that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.